Hello everybody, welcome to Warsaw. This is a World War II based, like a turn-based RPG. Of course, by the name of the game you can tell that it starts off, or rather it takes place in Warsaw. It was developed by Pixelated Milk and published by Gaming Company, which you can see down here. And this game came out about 5 days ago, and it's got mixed reviews on Steam, so we'll take a peek at it and see what it's all about. It's supposed to be strategic, like Darkest Dungeon. Why it has mixed reviews, I don't know. Let's take a look at the intro video. I realized clicking on this shows us the intro video, so we'll start from there and I'll start a new game. So it's pretty graphic, intro video. Looks kind of interesting. It's not the first time I've seen the video, but it's because it launched as soon as. So anyway, the year is 1944. Battered by opposing forces on two fronts, the Third Reich begins to crumble. In Central Europe, Poland lies at the heart of the storm, caught between the waning Nazi oppression and the rising Soviet threat. There is little hope for release. The words kind of came on really quickly there. Despite the unfavorable odds, the Polish Home Army, now underground resistance movement, is given the go-ahead by the country's government in exile. As the final part of the countrywide Operation Tempest are to launch one last act of defiance, an uprising in Warsaw, Poland's capital city. August 1st, 1944, the W hour. 952,000 people live within the uprising area. The first skirmishes begin. So I have played this game at least for this very little bit, so it's not exactly a first look, so we'll quickly look through the tutorial because it tells you what to do. So you're exploring a fragment of the city, so there's the underlying map. This is your party character. You have action points which are here, and you need to get to the objective before your action points run out. And so you want to actually move along the streets, and so by doing that you click and hold down the left mouse button. These are sort of obstacles, or like you just can't go that way. You see the action points counting down. Along the way to the path, you have these other different encounters. So these are combat encounters. I think these are just loot, so like enemies loot, and multiple choice events. These are just things that could happen. Certain enemies may force you into combat as they spot you, and if you're in their danger zone, consult the eye. I actually don't know what that is. Anyway, if any of these encounters are nearby, arrow displays near your party icon will direct you. Initiate the encounter by approaching it and clicking on the button. So I don't know. This is a multiple choice thing, so, or not a multiple choice, just encounter. So this one is, I've looked at this before, this is exactly the same. You just need to, you know, you can read through this if you want before you set out for the rally point. The first order of business is arm yourself. Your team arrives to receive their assigned share of ammunition from a resistance arsenal. Not a moment too soon, a Nazi patrol appears in the distance, likely alarmed by the unusual activity in the district. If you want to rendezvous with the uprising, you will have to fight your way through, and it gives you some ammo. So just click move out, and then you can loot this. And so looting supply drops, resource caches, discarded weaponry. While on the field, you'll run into many opportunities to retrieve the equipment in the uprising. For the uprising, when the loot window is open, collect the items you wish to store in your inventory or loot all. Inventory is limited, so you don't want to go over capacity, etc., etc. Okay, so events usually offer multiple choices. So this is the thing that we actually clicked on, right? So certain choices during these events may require spending resources or passing trait checks with one of your characters. Failing these checks would typically result in negative consequences, some even death. I don't know what this is all about. I've only played the tutorial for the first 10 minutes or so. Before this, I mean, all checks are clearly marked in the text. Now proceed with your party towards the next point of interest. So, as you can see, the check, again, our action points are down. We got available encounters. We have another battle. These are our 3 characters, and these are their different skills, shall we say. And you can see down here, see up right underneath the name, clear shot, there's 2 rows of 4, and then 2 rows of 4 on the right. This is kind of like Darkest Dungeon, where instead of 4 on either side, it's 8. And they're the flanking rows, so there's 8 placement positions, and actually shooting across a different flank actually gives you a damage bonus for flanking the enemy. So anyway, let's just keep on moving. So as you can see, this is the only place we could go. Everything else is blocked. Going down that way is the same. So let's just encounter. So we need to eliminate this Nazi patrol, and we'll try to make this quick. The combat is fairly straightforward. I'm tempted to skip it. Well, the game tells you what to do. So again, you have in the beginning you have 3 combatants, so you have 3 action activations that's located here. On the opponent side, they have 2 enemies, so they have 2 people, so they have 2 activations. You need activations to perform any of your skills, and then so you just take turns using activations until both sides are out. There's these action triggers underneath each character. 3 means that they will succeed, and then reduced activation. So I think it's highlight a skill using, okay, so right, so it tells you targeted. So this is, it tells you how much ammo it uses. So anyway, so ignore cover down here. These are covers. There's a sandbag there, there's a barrel there, barricade. These are covers that can reduce. So there's the grenadier. And as you can see, one of these is blank. The stamina, okay, so 3 stamina, no penalties. 2 stamina, reduce accuracy by 10%. 1 stamina, all damage received increased by 20%. So it's like a debuff for having reduced stamina for your own self, but if you're down to 1 stamina, you actually receive extra damage, etc. And so, like, as you see there, after our turn, the enemy takes a turn. Now it's our activation. We can choose any of our characters to continue the activation. It doesn't have to be on the character that you haven't used. Some skills will affect more than a single area, so okay, fine. Skill highlight multiple targets. Use a defensive skill, choose her, and first aid, and target marker appears to be on your side. Right, so you want to target. So he's healed. And alrighty, so your character took reduced damage. Standing right behind the obstacle grants combatants additional armor, reducing the damage they receive. Keep in mind, however, the obstacles will get damaged too. So that see the obstacle here, the barrel has a health of, oh, it shows right here, 32 out of 40. And they also have a obstacle there. We have this barricade that's full health. So again, this notice you have other options aside from using offensive defensive skills, such as moving your character or skipping activation altogether. So that's move, that's wait. While both use an activation, only movement affects stamina. Try moving him to a better position. So the game wants us to move and wants us to move. Select the tile behind. So he wants us to move here. As you can see, you can't click. I don't think you can click on here. You got to actually click on the positional marker here. So do that. And then when all the activations are used, the turn ends. So so once again, we had more activations. So that's why we did something. We did 1, 2, 3. They did 2, and then it's back to our turn. Game is just telling me what to do. I can't really choose anything else right now, so I have to choose what the game wants me to. Everything else is blank, grayed out. So here you go, the cross flank, cross. So okay, combatants on both sides occupy tiles in one of 2 horizontal lanes. All targets attack from the other lane considered flanked and receive 15% damage bonus. So this applies both to your party and enemies, does not apply to enemy heavy weapons or armored units. Okay, so we are going to attack the Grenadier with that. It's time to use a buff. Select contraband ammunition. Note that you cannot use mow down because of the incorrect position. Because we're in the front. Okay, that's fine. Right, so same thing. Okay, so we'll use contraband ammunition on ourselves. So you get buffs, debuffs, and it shows up on your icon over here. You can mouse over it to see what it does. And then everything has a counter, like number of turns, etc. Just as you expected, you don't give yourself permanent upgrades. And then of course there's debuff, cannot act suppressed, so debuffs that are burn and bleed, blind, suppression, etc. Alright, so I want to choose this guy because she's single shot, rifleman, that's this guy. Why am I not targeting him? I don't know. Oh, probably because of position. Yeah, okay, he's standing forward, so I'll only target him in the back. Looks like he's got bleeding, so win the battle. This concludes the guided combat mechanics tutorial. Now give him. Okay, so the game no longer cares about what we do, so the game wants us to do stuff on our own. This guy has reduced stamina, everybody else has good stamina. I want to... Well, we can probably... No, didn't quite kill the Grenadier. I guess I will use her for first aid. We'll see what happens. Well, that's okay, I guess. And then I have one more turn. Well, I might as well kill the grenadier. Oh, I missed. Didn't even think about that, huh? That's okay. We'll try that again. And suppose I will heal him and take him for Alright, so you're victorious, defeated enemies, 2. So that's fairly straightforward. Death is permanent, so that's also expected. When in battle or events, it's vital to keep your characters alive and well, especially since their health does not replenish automatically. While certain rewards may appear promising, sometimes it's better to limit your risks and avoid combat altogether. So here you can see their health bars, right? So characters who suffer damage above a certain threshold suffer an injury. Injuries reduce the character's health when they return to the hideout and will have to be treated in the hospital. So I assume this is an injury. I can't use first aid on him after out of combat, so we have to keep on moving forward. There's an obstacle there, so we have to just keep on going. Again, look, these are all the available encounters, so this is the last thing we have to know. So with the patrol on your team, should have a clear path for now. Having emerged victorious from the first real engagement, your team descends into the city's sewer network to reach the rally point. There's little time to celebrate, however, for the hard part comes next. The uprising is now in full swing. The long battle has begun. So, when all the objectives are fulfilled, the icon will appear in the upper left, like so. Press the complete mission button to return to your hideout. I can't really go anywhere, I don't think. There's absolutely nothing else to see or do, so we'll complete this mission. And we get currency. I'll get currency for ranking up characters, okay. And we got some additional ammo. Oh, actually, these are just acquired ammo from the combat, right? Not from the combat, from the first encounter. So we can return to our hideout. Uprising momentum 99.3. I have no idea what this is. This is whatever 2000. I don't know what this is. So we have. Wait. These are different people in a hideout. Are these people that we have to hire? Knuckle sandwich event. What? Health insurgents have recovered 0% of their health income. So our income is bullets, I guess, and supplies. Okay, so carrying out missions takes time. At the end of every mission, you'll receive a quick summary of all the gains and losses. You'll also get to resolve all the events that have transpired in the meantime. What does this mean? Assets. War assets. Oh, these are daily asset uses. Is that right? So we are in the net negative. Difference between war assets generated by all districts and the value needed to keep the momentum unchanged on a given day affects how fast the uprising momentum will drop. Okay. I can't do anything with that. Okay, let's just go there. Summary event. Next day, so we're on day 2. Okay, I can't do anything here. I can't click on anything. I'm pretty sure these are people. Oh no, these are districts. These are districts. These are how much rations or resources needed for each one, and how much bullets and all that stuff. This is all confusing. I think I'm just not going to worry too much about it and just proceed to the next day. Knuckle sandwich. Oh, that's what that was on the right. A black eye, one of your men, catches your attention, prompting you to personally investigate. Apparently, there is a new cook at one of the uprising's mess halls, whose temper is nothing short of extraordinary. Especially when it comes to someone criticizing his cooking, you're also baffled to learn that this is not even the cook's first such incident that physical abuse runs rampant through his shifts. Brawn, give the cook a taste of his own medicine. Discharge the cook from the uprising. Have a long, pointed chat with the cook. Charm. Do nothing. Like it or not, he's still part of it. So basically strategy or fists, or discharge, I guess. Right? We wouldn't really necessarily do nothing. But I guess everything here has a chance of failing or not, and I don't know where my attributes are, or I have no idea what, my success rate is with this. Brawn is listed up top, so I feel like that's what I should be doing. But I have a feeling that I'm supposed to be doing this instead. Just thinking realistically, we're part of an uprising. Causing internal disruption is not a good idea. But let's try that. Oh, this tells you who to use. Okay, so 80% success chance using this guy. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I gotcha. Huh. So basically we're facing 80% chance, but I assume that he probably faces a certain chance of injury, so I'd rather just do that. Your teammate talks to the problematic man in private. During their downtime, the conversation starts inaccurate enough, but a poor choice of words ends up irritating the cook almost to the point of emotional outburst. At the end of the day, while the disgruntled cook states he will try to control himself better, you cannot help but feel nothing was achieved. So that was unsuccessful, even though it was a 85% or 80% chance. So okay, so the event we know is for this day. I guess if we go to the next day, we have decreased momentum again, right? Because again, what are these numbers? Oh, those are the people. Okay, so I have no idea what this is. What is this? War assets. So here, hideout tutorial. You have reached the Renaissance Resistance hideout, your base of operations. Between assignments, you can either view the tutorial explaining the hideout or skip ahead. Well, I have to see this one. I don't know what it is. Here you can plan your missions, oversee party recovery, manage spare equipment, and recruit volunteers for the cause. These activities can be accessed with the assistance of specialist NPCs. I don't know what that is, but that looks like a nurse or a doctor, probably, and I don't know, engineer, scientist. I have no idea. Your current and future party members will also be present here. Okay, so there's our current party members. Okay, press the left mouse button on a character's portrait to open their character menu. Okay, let's look at these. I guess, well, that's clearly she's the one that was in the first fight. And she's got skills, weapons. Oh my gosh, this is a little overwhelming, to be honest. By completing missions, your party might obtain commendations. This shared resource can be used to promote your characters to higher ranks. Each character can rank up 3 times, and every time they do so, they gain only 1 ability. They gain 1 ability from a choice of 2. Note that the order receiving these sets is not constant and will vary with each playthrough. Additionally, some characters' ranks up will also grant an extra ability. So those are 3 characters. Wait, where's... oh, he's up here. Those, him, or her, him, and him, were the ones. So if we rank up... I'm sorry, I can't click any of these. I guess I would have to rank up first. And alright, so we've rookie. Alright, if rank up once, we get rookie plus, and then season plus plus, and veteran plus plus plus. Skills. To equip a skill, press the left mouse button on any skill you wish to equip, and then press available shield breaker. Skills marked with red background are weapon skills. These are meant to deal damage, consume ammunition. The available skills will change depending on the equipment menu. Different skill colors signify personal skills, abilities, individual. To each party member, characters unlock new skills with each promotion. So that's an available skill. Oh! Okay, I guess 4 slots each, right? So, clear out. Shield breaker you can use from anywhere on your side. Area 1, 2, 3. So clear out seems to be oh my gosh, this is a little bit more complicated than I thought. Recruiter allows you to enlist volunteers. Volunteers are not as capable as your unique insurgents. For instance, they cannot rank up and always join a team with random characters. They allow you to fill gaps in your team composition and stand in for wounded characters during the recovery. Enlisting volunteers cost supplies. And this lady requires 100 and I have 314. I don't even see what my supplies are. And okay, so up in 5. Okay, we don't need to recruit anybody right now. I don't even know how big my party size is. The informant. That's who that was. The informant is your window into the status of the uprising. Here you can monitor the overall condition of the uprising as well as individual resistance pockets in specific districts. To keep the fight going each day, the uprising consumes war assets that are provided by districts. By default, war assets are in deficit to represent the uprising gradually slowing down. Your task is to manage the deficit and prolong the uprising by keeping all districts' morale high. Yeah, so we want 0 deficits, but reaching 0 momentum means the uprising is unable to go on. And the game ends. When you're all set, click on New Mission. Oh my gosh. So these are all districts that need supplies. So we need to excursions. Excursions allow you to aid your districts by sending supplies to replenish a portion of the morale. Each time your party returns to the hideout, there's a 50% chance that a damaged district will be available to receive an excursion. Okay, so there's currently no excursions. We just gotta do new mission, I guess. Let's check out the nurse. Okay, the nurse allows your party member monitor the health of your party in a recovery raid. Any healing performed in the field is temporary and does not carry over. Upon return, characters will be at the lowest health level they had during the mission. What? I didn't know that. Really? Okay. To recover permanently, you'll need to see the nurse. Although you can take wounded party members out for missions, the hideout is the only place where they'll regenerate health over time. There are no injured insurgents in this hideout. What? He was clearly injured quite a bit. Am I just... summary? What? I don't understand, right? So he got quite a bit of health reduced, and he got healed a couple of times, and then here he's got no he doesn't have any damage. Let's look at his... Can we rank him up? Increased armor penetration or increased dodge chance. Okay, we'll rank him up. Why not? Confirm and apply changes. Okay, so he's rank 2. So he's rookie plus, and we chose a bonus skill for dodge up. Oh boy, I spent 2 stamina. Well, let's throw it in there anyway. Who is this? The Archivist. The Archivist gives you access to the Codex, which allows you to learn the detailed backstories of the insurgents. Okay. You may also access short reports on your unlocked weapons and enemy units you've encountered in combat. So you've got... There's a lot of characters here, so she's the one that was in the initial video. Maybe I should have leveled her up. I don't know. This guy... Okay, so there's clearly stuff that's locked. Son of a postman and a cinema worker. Self-proclaimed proud entrepreneur. Trade partner of the Polish underground resistance movement, supplying them with armament components in exchange for high quality counterfeit Ken carton, whatever that is. Okay, there's so much to see. Oh, that's clearly a priest. Visiting the priest allows you to see a list of all the resistance fighters who are following in the service of the uprising. What? Oh no, she didn't die. I thought she... Okay. So morgue. We got a male provisioner. Oh. Provisioner serves as the trade hub of your hideout. It is through her that you're able to purchase your basic equipment, repair any damaged gear, and sell unwanted weaponry and excess ammunition. All trades with the provisioner use supplies as the currency. Aside from trading, you can obtain supplies through activities during mission. So these are our ammunition reserves, consumable supply, barter. So you can always buy for more than you sell, which is expected. Restores 30 health during missions. Ooh. I gotcha. Wow. Okay, well, we certainly don't have... What is this? Heavy ammo, long ammo, short ammo, compass, flare. You can sell weapons, sell items, barter, repair. We don't have any repair. Okay, so this is basically like a blacksmith supplier person. Alrighty, so where do we go? What do we do? How do I get out of here? I have no idea. Okay. Oh, it's probably this guy, right? Missions. You can go to a new mission. Gotcha. Plan a new mission. We just click on new mission. Every time you set out, the informant will mark your map with available missions, marked as such. Each mission takes several days to complete, as your team cannot be everywhere at the same time. You can pick only one mission at a time. Any remaining missions will fail, so pick your engagement wisely. Select the district with a mission symbol to see the details. Oh no, so we're here. Oh, no, I don't know, wherever we are. So there's 3 missions, but I mean, 2 of these are bound to fail. I guess we'll look at the top one. During reviewing mission details allows you to check its duration, required objectives, and rewards. When a mission fails, the district gains a point of attrition. Okay, morale attrition. The district details show its current morale and accumulated attrition. With each passing day, all district morale will drop, and the decrease equal to their attrition. With the decrease, okay. Supplies. Keep in mind that a district income will be affected by low-end morale. If a district's morale drops to 0, it will surrender, denying you both income and mission. Okay. So we picked one. Oh, it tells you what the rewards are. Currents, that thing, managed damage pistol, and increased attrition. Failing will result in its 12 resource war assets per day and 6 used to pay for various goods and services. Excuse me, how do I get out of here? Do I have to? Oh, gosh. Is that the only way to get out? I guess so. You gotta use the keyboard. Tall per day, heavy ammo 1 per day, damaged SMG, engage enemy forces, mission duration 4. What was that first one? 6 something per day. Reasserts uprising's influence in the district. Mission duration 5 days. Oh, this is how you can switch around, I guess. By clicking down here, you don't need to press the escape button. Damaged heavy weapon increased. Looks like, you know, you just gotta do what you gotta do. This gives you the least amount of income, but it seems to be the easiest one, doesn't it? This one, we don't have anything. Zone 2, we've got a 5-day mission. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff to keep track of. I can't decide which one to go on. I don't know what it means for a mission duration of so many days. I like the idea of getting more income, but I'm afraid of because it's great having more income, but then of course your yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. Well, I think I'm gonna, well, let's click deploy. Before embarking on a mission, you need to choose your party composition within the specified limit. To pick your character, press the left mouse button on the character you wish to choose, then basically pick your characters. Okay, remember, a proper positioning is crucial for your party to succeed. As for each battle, your characters will enter combat in the formation you set on the screen. Equip your party with enough ammunition to complete the mission by how do I know how much I need to do? But do not go overboard. If you find it useful, you'll need. Ugh. I don't know how much I need? Mission supplies? What? I don't know. I have no idea how much I need. She's a all range. She is a I'm trying to figure out how to I feel like this game is a little too complicated. I will do that and put her actually. It's got ploy, restore 1 point of stamina, remove an activation from the enemy side. That's, I mean, she seems pretty useful. He's I guess he's also a act from the back end. They're all back here. I don't know if this is enough. I also don't know how many inventory spaces we actually have. Hopefully I just don't run out of what are these? What are these? What are these? What are those dots? I have no idea. I really have no idea. Mission supplies, I don't know, do I have enough? I can't tell if I have enough. This is so sad. I guess I'll give myself somewhat long ammo. And we'll start the mission. So we want to recover assets. We have 100 AP. There are 9 battles. Oh my goodness. 1 event, 2 loot. Those are what we need to get. I don't know what it would do if we stepped across here, but we need to go this way because the arrow tells us we gotta go that way. Well, you know what? I'm gonna stop this video here. This video is quite long. Even though I looked through the beginning of the tutorial in the beginning, there's still so many parts that I'm really confused about. And I try to be really careful about reading the tutorial, but the more I read, the more confused I get. So, maybe that's part of the reason why the game has been getting some negative reviews. I have no idea. A hand in the mall, your group discreetly intercepts what looks to be a small procession of civilian captives being prepared for an execution. Between all the wails and angry German words, the situation feels extremely urgent. You do not doubt the first shots will be fired within the next minute. The Nazi unit presiding over the scene is thankfully modest, however, given the circumstances. Even a potentially perfect surprise attack would not rule out some casualties among the captives. Open fire, chuck a surprise grenade, then attack intuition, find a better position to strike, and quick. I guess we'll intuition that. We'll use her. The team moves to improve their firing positions just in time at that. As the Nazis are about to signal for the first execution, your teammates mow them down, completely unaware, stripped of cover, and with no room for wild moves. You recover the captives completely unharmed. +6 morale. Well, that's nice. Alright. So we need to recover the loot. I'm going to have to follow these 2 arrows. Looks like the one that's closer up here. I don't know if I can avoid those battles, but we'll have to wait till next time. In the meantime, I have to say, this game is rather complex, and I can't really make a judgment call about whether it's good or bad after playing for such a short amount of time. In the meantime, I don't know if I really want to record a whole lot more of this. I kind of just want to play it and see for myself, get a feel for it, instead of constantly talking while I'm playing. But let me know what you think of this first video, and I will decide what to do after that. I'm not going to play in the meantime. I've got other things I also want to play, so just if I hear from anybody, I'll record some more. I guess if I don't, then that'll be it, and I will play more on my own after a couple days if I don't hear from anybody. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.